"Daddy, why are the police watching us?" His voice was low, frightened. I looked down, saw the white of his knuckles clutching the handles of the grocery bag. His other hand gripped mine. I turned. Slow, controlled. Two officers, mid-30s, eyes locked, one unfastening the clip on his holster. 20 yards, then 15. "Wait!" A voice, tense, too loud for this quiet Sunday street. I felt my son twitch beside me. I didn't run, just walked faster, like a man who knew exactly what was happening but needed to make it look like he didn't. Because I'd been waiting for this moment for 5 days, and I'd rehearsed every second of it in my mind. The first seed of suspicion came from something small. It always does. A charge on the bank account from a coffee shop across town, 9:42 a.m. She'd told me she was at yoga. I let it go. Then another. The hotel, billed as conference catering. But I recognized the name. It wasn't a conference hotel, it was hourly, discreet. I didn't accuse her, not then. I simply nodded when she came home late, rubbed her shoulders, kissed her forehead, and made sure the home security system saved the footage of her unlocking the front door, hair tousled, lipstick smeared. Not from me. I smiled, even then, because betrayal doesn't destroy me, it sharpens me. That night, I ran a background check on the name that kept showing up on her call log, private number, burner phone, registered to a corporate entity in her employer's name. I sat in my car, parked across the street from her office for 3 nights. At 7:18 p.m. on the third night, I watched them kiss in the back of a black sedan. She wasn't crying, she wasn't hesitant, she leaned into it. I watched her hand trail down his tie. I gripped the steering wheel and smiled. That's when the real plan began. Not revenge, not yet. First, I needed to know how far she'd gone. So I requested a copy of our son's birth certificate. Compared dates. Then I ordered a paternity test. Quietly. Hair from his brush, saliva from a discarded spoon. While she showered, I mailed it. The answer came back 2 days later. Not mine. My fingers didn't shake. My chest didn't burn. I just sat there, staring at the truth, cold, calculating. And I knew exactly what I needed to do next. I called her office, left a message with her assistant. "Tell her the school called. He's sick. Chest pains." I waited. 30 minutes later, the assistant called back. "She's out of office today. Conference in D.C." I already knew, because I'd followed her car to a motel 10 miles outside the city, room 208. I booked the one across the hall, set the audio recorder against the wall. He called her baby. She called him my everything. They laughed about me, about how I'd never see it coming. She was right, until now. I made the call to the police the next morning, gave them everything, names, dates, the burner phones she and her boss used to coordinate transactions. Because he wasn't just her lover, he was laundering money, and she was helping. Emails, bank records, the flash drive I copied from her laptop. It was enough to bury them both. But I told them I'd cooperate only if they waited 1 week to act. 1 week, so I could take my son shopping one last time. Just like always. Hold his hand. Let him think the world was normal. Then, today. The officers came. She wouldn't be there when we got home. They were picking her up from the motel, where she thought she was sneaking away for a work weekend. But she wasn't. She was being arrested for fraud, embezzlement, and conspiracy. And I'd made sure our son wouldn't see it. They didn't touch me, didn't even cuff me. One officer bent down, looked at my son, and smiled. "You're safe, buddy." I nodded once, said nothing, because the war wasn't won through arguments or fists. It was won through patience, through silence, through knowing that truth is a weapon if you hold it long enough. She thought I'd never leave, that I'd never fight back. But I didn't leave. I erased her instead, from our lives, from her job, from her lies. And as my son leaned into my side, his small hand in mine, I knew. I didn't lose a wife. I removed a parasite. She played with fire, so I let her burn quietly.